Imagine a world where truth has to shout to be heard, where love is met with suspicion, and where those who seek connection are drowned out by a chorus of curated rage. Imagine scrolling through your feed, and instead of outrage, you find empathy. Instead of hate, you find humanity. This is not fiction. This is the quiet revolution led by Misan Harriman.
Planned. I got a camera for my 40th birthday for my wife. We were on our way to Rajasthan, and I took a whole bunch of awful images and didn't shoot too much until we got pregnant. And I had my firstborn who was premature. And I'll be honest, I hid behind the camera. The fear of being the custodian of something so delicate and precious as a very small baby. I took photograph after photograph, and as my daughter got stronger and healthier, somehow the camera helped me learn to love myself and my daughter in a way that I never expected. And the quality of the imagery went up. And a few months into that, George Floyd.
He's a photographer, a filmmaker, a storyteller. But above all, he is a witness to injustice, to love, to resistance, and to the beauty of simply being seen. Misan didn't start with a dream of being a photographer. He started with a birthday gift, a camera given to him by his wife when he turned 40. At first, it gathered dust, just another object on the shelf. But when they learned they were expecting a child, something shifted. He picked it up again, not as a tool, but as a way of seeing, a way of connecting, a way of preparing to witness the world his child would be born into. There is no prestigious training, no gallery debut, just long walks, a curious eye, and a quiet urge to capture life as it happened, raw and unrehearsed.
The heroes I had growing up were people like Cecil Beaton. Think it would be possible for me to just photograph famous people. I need to observe the human condition, and let's be honest, the world is on fire right now. And if many of us are not trusting of what the news media is supposed to be doing, then let me at least bear witness with my lens and let the people decide what they see.
What have you learned?
I think between the highlights and the shadows of a good image is truth. It's truth itself. I shoot quite cinematically with the lenses that I choose, but it's truth. So when you see the pain of the death by 1,000 cuts of being a person of color, and you see that in the protests on the streets, people react to it. I think when people see my images, it's not finger pointing. It kind of breaks down their walls of apathy and allows them to climb inside a different lived experience. And that's the work, because it allows people to walk in shoes that are not theirs.
Before the camera, there was silence. As a child, Misan struggled with dyslexia, feeling like a square peg in a whirl of round holes. He couldn't learn the way others did. Words blurred, instructions became puzzles. But in that dissonance, a new kind of vision was forming. He listened more closely than most, not just to words, but to tone, to pauses, to what was left unsaid. He noticed expressions, glances, shifts in energy. And though the world didn't yet know it, Misan Harriman was becoming a master at reading between the lines.
Well, I'm neurodiverse, dyslexic. I didn't do particularly well at school. My emotions are intrinsically linked to how I'm wired. So I've never been good at looking away from something that I think is unfair. And I think the only real difference now is I have a platform. So if children are being abused, if our climate is failing, if Mother Earth is dying in front of our eyes, if there are despots, having too much power and a billionaire class is using extractive capitalism to hurt us and our children's future, how on earth could I whisper about that? Regular folks saying this is wrong. I posted a video of a black man playing a piano. I don't know if it was a Waterloo station, and a guy just started heckling him, saying, "I wish you died." That's not normal. That kind of rage is unhealthy. So I bear witness so we can call it out and also do better. And actually, I believe this is how you build bridges, by recognizing the ills of our behavior so we can forge a better future.
He attended boarding school, one of the few black students in a space not built for them. He called it Harry Potter without the magic. That wasn't at all a punchline. It was a lifeline of truth. Imagine a boy gifted but misunderstood, navigating the cold halls of prestige where he was always watched but never truly seen, where he was a novelty, an anomaly, tolerated but never embraced. These experiences carved empathy into him. They built the foundation for what would become his life's work, seeing people who are so often ignored or erased.
Floyd, for a lot of black people, we've seen a lot of George Floyds, but what happened is we were all stuck at home in lockdown and had this moment of deep retrospection. And we couldn't hide anymore, so our traumas climbed out of us. We're all very raw. And to see this man lying in his own, asking for his mama, while still calling the police officers that were murdering him, sir, it was a lot. And to see the wave of performative allyship that's happened since then, which is of course going backwards because lazy terms like woke are used to blanket, just cover any sense of kindness or gentleness, which amazes me. But here we are. But it set me on a path of trying to build bridges with the art that I make.
What do you mean by performative allyship?
Well, I mean, everyone was, talking about what we're going to do about diversity and inclusion. I was invited to all sorts of panels and talks for a year. But I always said to the banks and the big consulting firms that were getting me to talk during Black History Month, how's your board? Show me your board. Show me your leadership team. Where are the women? Where are the brown people? Where are the queer people? Where are the black people? Because you wheeling me out, if everything there looks the same, if your head of HR isn't casting that net further afield, and it's not about there not being talent out there. Look at me. Why did it take 104 years for me to be the first black man to shoot the cover of British Vogue? Black men have been holding cameras for a long time. James Barner, one of the greatest photographers in the world, is in his 90s. Ghanaian man.
Then came the summer of 2020. The world stopped and then erupted. The murder of George Floyd shocked the globe, and Misan found himself on the front lines with his camera. But he wasn't there just to document. He was there to bear witness. Each frame he captured was a scream in stillness. Protesters kneeling, fist raised, faces masked but determined. These weren't just pictures. They were pleas for justice. They were declarations of truth. Misan understood the weight of the moment. He didn't just want to go viral. He wanted to get it right. He wanted the world to see what he saw. The resilience, the fury, the humanity in the streets. And people did see. His work didn't just make headlines. It stirred souls.
If our political class are going to be working for the donor class, then the people will lose hope in them.
Because there are two things going on at the moment, aren't there? You know, we have these two cultures operating side by side. We have sort of a backlash culture, a new right on the one hand, and then you have the progressives on the other. I mean, are they fighting each other, or are they?
But it's more than that's very binary. It's more than progressives. They are regular. If you go to any protest, there are lots of just normal people that are beginning to feel that they have been sold something that isn't true, and they are now beginning to unpick it and want to build something. They don't know what they're going to build. Whether it's Brexit, where many of people I know that believed that leaving was something that was better from this country, they've had to just own up to it and say, listen, you know, the newspapers and politicians were telling us things that made us feel this sense of pride. And patriotism is very dangerous sometimes, because the right people can use that to make you make the wrong decision for yourself.
What does patriotism mean to you?
Patriotism means to me, where I'm most proud is when I'm in a protest and I see people that have listened to Mother Earth. When I see people that refuse to say that the only way to bring peace to what's happening in Israel and Palestine is to have children be annihilated, having limbs removed with no pain relief. When I see people that are saying, we have to find a way to have shared humanity. And when I see British people walking the streets, you know, I march in the Palestine protests with something called the Jewish Bloc. And there's a guy there, Stephen Kapos, you know, it's got to be 80 something, you know, a child of the Holocaust. And when I see people like him and 3 or 4 generations of his family walking in arms with many Arab and Muslim men and women, I'm like, they're all British. This is who we are at our best. When I see after the far-right riots that we had, and we had, you know, amazing protests, amazing solidarity. We had pensioners offering it up their homes to migrant workers that have, you know, been very scared. You know, there are a lot of good people in this country, but a lot of our newspapers, a lot of the owners of our newspapers want to keep us entrenched on islands of rage. And the thing about, there's a C.S. Lewis quote, how does it go? I've known my anger for so long that she told me that her real name was grief. I think a lot of us are hurting right now. And if you're in that place where you don't know why you're afraid or angry, you can be manipulated. And I think a big part of my platform is to say, hey, regular folk, we're here, let's do better.
But in a world of broken priorities, outrage is currency. And Misan has been vocal about one of the most disturbing contradictions of our time: the relentless campaign of hate against Meghan Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex. He put it plainly: Meghan is not dropping bombs on anyone, so why does she receive more venom than war criminals? Because rage sells, especially when directed at a woman of color who dares to love on her own terms. The media doesn't merely report, it constructs narratives. And Meghan, for many, has become the scapegoat that keeps the outrage machine running. Misan calls it what it is: a business model built on division, a network of billionaires profiting off your rage. This isn't just unfair, it's immoral.
Wow. Well, thanks for asking me, because a lot of people don't even ask about Meg in that way. She is a sister to me, someone I care about deeply, and her beautiful children and her amazing husband. But the industrial and very focused hate machine that I've seen, I've experienced myself due to my proximity to both Harry and Meghan, has been extraordinary. And what I would say is that, one day, her children will be adults and it'll be impossible to protect them, right? From the ledger, and it is a ledger of hate that mainly the British media has been responsible for. And what I mean by that is, last time I checked, Meghan is not dropping bombs on people. She's not annexing nations. She's not a pedophile. Yet there is way more coverage and time and words spent directing hatred towards her than people that are really, really hurting people. And I do wonder how history is going to remember those that held the pen and the microphone and kissed their kids goodnight at night and paid their mortgages off the back of focusing hatred to one woman that most of them have never met. I do wonder how history will remember those that knowingly did that for the sake of the combination of misogyny, misogynoir, greed, being part of a system that they were just like, well, I was doing what my editor told me, and not caring. I do wonder how history will remember.
I mean, when you say you've experienced it, what do you mean?
Because I've had people send me DMs saying, unspeakable things that they would want to do to her, her children, her husband, myself, unspeakable things. And you have to ask yourself, how did we get here? If you don't like her, that's fine. If you don't like the things she puts out,
The TV show.
yeah.
Write
an article saying you don't like it. But 24 hours focused hatred on this one woman, this mother, this human being, this soul, it's unforgivable. And there is a bigger issue. I saw Millie Bobby Brown did an incredible video, same thing. Women were pulling down Millie Bob. Why? writing about her like she doesn't have a soul.
I mean, people will always say, well, look at what she's done, look at what she's said, that they are culpable in some way too.
Well, as I said, has she dropped a bomb on anyone? Is she a paedophile? Because the level of rage is as if she had. So look at what she's done. What has she done? Because there's a big disconnect with this. It's industrial scale.
So how do you explain, your view of the world and lots of good people out there alongside that?
Well, because there's always a small group of people that can get larger groups of people to go the wrong way. And if you look at the ownership structure and how hate pays in terms of the advertising model of media, the good thing is most of our youth, under 25-year-olds, they don't buy that. They're not interested. They're on their own journey.
But do you think, for everything you've said about building a community online, do you think it is worth having this thing, these social media platforms that are also, weaponizing hate?
Well, it's a tool, right?
And amplifying it.
It's how you use it. It's a tool, and I think.
And you're fighting the good fight, literally, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But do you think one is worth the other?
Well, look, if we are here with this information superhighway, and it's not going away. So now we have to curate our experiences and recognize that we can't expect those who built it or those that have the loud voices to necessarily have our best interests.
So what's your advice to people who are going, I sort of hate my social media because it's full of hate? How do you make it better?
Curate. The weaponization of mediocrity that is a lot of social media is because the loudest voices, the algorithms are so toxic that they find you do the work. You look for voices and recommendations, and it happens organically, but if not, ask for recommendations. Keep it away from anyone under 16, I would say. Like, no phones, in my opinion. I don't know if you've seen that.
And yet, Misan believes in the power of platforms, not to divide, but to connect, to heal. He urges us to treat our social media feeds the way we treat our bookshelves, with intention. Curate them. Fill them with voices that challenge, uplift, educate, not just those that conform your anger. He speaks about doing the work, about resisting the algorithm, about not letting your attention be hijacked by those who monetize misery. Because social media can be a weapon or a bridge. It depends on who holds it and why. Go to any protest, Misan says, and you'll find ordinary people who are waking up. People who feel deep in their bones that something isn't right, that they've been sold a lie, and now they're ready to build something new. That's the heartbeat behind Misan's lens. Not just resistance, but reconstruction. Not just pointing at what's broken, but daring to imagine what could be whole. He once said, I have seen the arc of history, and it bends not because of those who watch, but those who push. And push he does. Misan Harriman is not just documenting the world, he's challenging it. He's pushing it towards clarity, towards empathy, towards truth. He reminds us that change doesn't happen through passive observation. It happens when we show up, when we choose to see and to act. His story is a mirror, a challenge, a quiet invitation to remember our power. Because the world doesn't need more spectators. It needs more witnesses. It needs more builders. It needs more hearts. Like Misan Harriman's, willing to see clearly and love anyways. Misan Harriman is not just a photographer or activist. He is an emotional compass in a world that has lost its direction. He sees with the kind of clarity that is both devastating and hopeful. His lens doesn't just capture moments, it reveals meaning. And with his Oscar-nominated short film, The After, he's broken our hearts wide open again. It's a film that will shatter you, not with spectacle, but with truth. A quiet, aching kind of truth that lingers long after the scene fades to black. Because that's what Misan does. He makes us feel, and then he dares us to look again, this time with eyes wide open. Misan, thank you. Majesty's Sussex Report Royal Court would like to suggest to subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Turn on your notifications. Like and share and comment. It helps the kingdom. Thank you. By decree of the Royal Court of Majesty Sussex, they have decreed the following commoners to be honorary members of the court. Thank you.
Reason that you can't relate to Meghan Markle is because you're not supposed to. Are you a princess? Are you a multimillionaire? Do you like to pick berries, bitch? No, you're not supposed to be relatable. But you are European American, and technically that type of life belongs to you. Y'all are some racist ass people.
And Meghan Markle got me over here now dehydrating lemon and oranges because I gotta make now sun tea after being hooked on her new show with Love Meghan on Netflix. Anybody else? Same problem?
For dinner tonight, I'm making Meghan Sussex one-pot pasta. I've got all my ingredients here. Some minced shallot. We're gonna add our half tomatoes, some garlic, salt, pepper, chili flakes, and some Italian seasoning. Place our pasta right on top. Add our lemon zest. Carefully add our chicken broth. I'm gonna start with about 3 cups. Cover, and we're gonna cook this for about 6 minutes. In the meantime, I'm just going to grate our Parmesan cheese. It's been about 6 minutes, and I'm just gonna remove the lid. Add our Parmesan, and just give it a quick stir. We're just gonna let this cook for a few more minutes. And I'm just gonna add my spinach. I added some more tomatoes on top like my girl did, some Parmesan, and of course, I also add a little bit of protein. This is just some shrimp that I cook with some butter, garlic, salt, pepper, and chili flakes, and then some basil on top. And now let's give it a try. Delicious. And that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye.
Hey, TikTok family. When I tell you this With Love Megan series has me on a chokehold, there are no lies told there. Why did I find out that there's a Lucrece outlet near me? Here I am, about to enter into fantasy world and add a little bit to my collection. Oh my God. Good morning.
Oh my gosh, first thing?
Right?
Love that.
Love it. You know, With Love Megan has me on a chokehold.
You are not alone in that journey, I promise.
And so I am here today to purchase.
Okay. Do you know what we're kind of looking for?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna browse. I'm not even sure if I want the orange or the teal. That's kind of how I live my life.
That's fair.
Now it's time, let's take a peek. Your voices shine, your words we seek. Join the chat, let's hear you say. Squad's got thoughts, let's dive today.
Hello, everyone, and so glad that you're here. Glad you've made it. And how is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic, fantastic day. And if you're not, let's do something and make it better. I hope you enjoyed the presentation on Misan. I just love that guy. I love that guy. There is a connection that he has that is so beautiful and pure and honest. And we need more people like that in the world. I mean, I'm sure so many of you also feel connected to the way he sees things and the way his aspiration is for all of us. His honesty in his delivery and I would say on his judgment on where society is presently and politics and the media and the press and all of that. So I really hope you enjoyed it. He's just absolutely wonderful. So one of the things I'm gonna do like a I think this is funny, but you may not. So on the shorts, the one with the animation that I did, got a lot of response back. Thank you so very much. So I wanted to recognize all of you, but I can't do all the comments. But I'm going to try and do all the names really, 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 really quickly. If I mispronounce your handle, do forgive me. My apologies. Here we go. Debbie Heckins, B2B Field, Fu Ann, Patricia, Franklin, Fu Ann, El, El, Elta 1719, June 2137, Sylvia Dixon 5154, Gwen Daniel 6402, Pauline Makala Bell, Hawkeye Helen, Nubia Queen, Reba Henderson, Alice Lansdowne, EBL Lynn or EB Lynn, uh, Amber 4980, Paulette Green, Teresa or Teresa CC2D, Raven TH5FG, Marsha Williams, RCMS3RT, Gracie, Cookie and Creams, Connie Bomber, Mary H, Susie Q, Dorothy Whitaker, Marie Lucas or Marie Lucas, Anita Curley, Ernell Graves, and Sharon McDaniels, Compton Callie, Maria Francis, Jocelyn Griffiths. Yay! That's it. Thank you all for your comments. And the answer is yes. I'm. The second part of the adventures of Archie Lilibeth is coming. I promise you, it is coming. I just need to like figure out the whole animation software thing. Okay, I promise you, it's coming. My gosh, for heaven's sakes, I sound like I'm dying or something. I should not do that again. I should not. I should like that was actually awful. Awful. Okay, so let's get to our first comment from Joan Garcia. Hello, Joan. And Joan is a member. Joan, thank you for being a member. Much appreciated. A royal member. And Joan says, "Hi, Antonio. You courageously make Focaccia alive. Were you nervous or just having fun? Did you save any for another day? I had such a good time watching you add your own touches. The light and animate the oh sorry, the light and animated music was a good fit. Can you believe I'm viewing this at midnight? Take care, Joan. I can believe anything, anything, anything. I had so much fun actually doing it, but I will admit I was nervous at one point. I was trying to put the oil in and my hands were shaking and I'm like, why are you shaking, dude? Like, calm down. It's okay. It's just oil. Um, but most of the shaking happened off camera, the way I had the camera positioned. But I didn't save any for the following day. I ate it all. That same I did. But however, I am planning to make, I think, another one either today or tomorrow because it's quite straightforward and easy. So I'm excited to make it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, and it's so tasty. Yum, so tasty. Thank you, Joan. And here we've got a double double from Angela Simmons and from Coralita, Coralita Simons. Angela says, "Thank you, Antonio. I am glad you shared. So am I. You're welcome." And Coralita said, "Watching replay, very proud of you. Thank you." So am I. So am I. I'm actually, and this is the other thing too. Like once I learned how to do something, like I learned my here's a funny, maybe not funny story. So my beautiful, wonderful, strong, and everything in my life mother. She, as soon as we, how old were we when she started this? I think 12. It's either 12 or 13 or something. So at the age of 12, she decided that you needed to fend for yourself. So you would get dinner, but everything else, you had to make your own breakfast. You had to prepare your own lunch to take to school. I didn't have to prepare it because my school, I had lunch at school. and um, you had to you had to clean, you had to clean your room, you had to do your laundry, you had everything. And at the beginning, like my rest of the family, especially her sisters, were like, "What are you doing to those poor boys? Like, leave them alone. Like, you are their mother. You should be doing blah 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 blah." And my mom is like, I'm raising no boys that I don't know how to take care of themselves. No, 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 no." And one time, I mean, I didn't mind it. I just sort of said, "Well, can I be taught how to do some of these things?" She's like, "Not a problem." So I learned how to make arepas, empanadas, um, which, by the way, and and there's a special way I did the plantains um, that my dad loved, and he's like, "Are you making plantains today for your?" It was a riot. I was like, "Dad, go ask your wife." He's like, "Yeah, but you make it better." I was like, "Yeah, but as long as I know or I'm taught how to do something, I get very enthusiastic about it, and I love learning how to do things, especially um, cooking and stuff. It's always fun. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm happy that you folks are proud of me, and I'm proud of myself. So let's see what next I try, because I do want to try some of the other stuff too. Thank you. Here we go. We've got Connie Bomber and Teresia. Yay! Okay, Connie said, "Hello, Antonio. I'm following the transcript." Laugh, cry emoji. I'm having fun listening to you prepare your focaccia. Connie, I'm happy you're having fun with this. Well done, Antonio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And there is, yeah, lots of heart emojis. Thank you, folks. This was fun. Honestly, it was fun. I thought it was going to be a little bit more to it. I don't know why. But as I did it, I was like, this is not bad. You feel a sense of accomplishment. So, everyone, you should need to try focaccia bread. Please do. So, thank you, and thank you. Okay, and next we've got Fuan. Fuan said, and I'm going to read some of the stuff. Thank you for that moment of peace. You're welcome. Whoa, whoa. And then we have Courtian said, beautiful. Thank you, Courtian. And Fuan said, continues, my God, my children, my happiness. Amen. And aha. Mindful meditation, gratitude and hope, silence. Beautiful. Looking good. Nice. Locked on. You are rocking it, Antonio. Thank you, Fuan. And says, hip, hip, hooray. Our dear Antonio has been inspired with, as ever, Meghan Sussex cooking show. Oh, bless you, Antonio. Bless to all of you too. Thank you so very much. Yes, fun, fun, and fun. And here we go, Quantum Kelly. But before I do that, thank you, Connie Bomber, for being a member. Thank you for being a royal member. I forgot to say it, and it just hit me in the head. So thank you very, very much. Compton Cali gal said, thanks for sharing, Antonio TC. It looks appetizing. It was delicious. I ate it all, folks. I ate it all. I had it with peanut butter. I had it with preserve, strawberry preserve. I had it with cheese. I had it with butter. I had it with whatever. I just had it. It was great. Delicious. Thank you. And this is going to be our last comment or message. And I left it for the end because it just hit me in the heart beautifully. And it's Joyce Anderson. And it reads, Good Friday evening to you, Antonio, and everyone. Heart emoji. I am grateful for having a 42-year marriage with my beloved husband. He succumbed to cancer in 2013. Our two biological kids and our two adopted daughters and our one grandson. There is so much to be grateful for. And having had a 42-year marriage says a lot in these days. And blessings to you and your family, Joyce. And as far as I'm concerned, and I hope I'm not overstepping here at all, your love never vanishes. It never goes away. It never dies. It stays alive. So I am sure he is celebrating you and everything you continue to do, and celebrating your children and your grandchild, and just rejoicing. Thank you so very much. There is more I want to say, but I can't because I'm getting all emotional. But I'm going to end it here and say thank you so very, very much. You folks have been just wonderful. Thank you for your patience. My software system is back up and working again. It took them me going back and forth, back and forth. They kept telling me it was my internet. It's not my internet. Anyways, it's working now. So thank goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to shut up because if I keep talking, I need to go at least one episode without getting emotional. So I'm going to shut up now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back again here tomorrow. And much love. Much love. It's what the world needs more of. I know there's all this crazy stuff going on about the waffles and you know, oh, this person was worried about Megan and Megan sent her the note, and then the tabloid said this, and then Gwyneth Paltrow said that, and the other person said, at least I'm in my kitchen. Poof puff. I poof puff and poof poof. That's just distraction. Distraction. Get it in my way. Get it in my way. The queen has arrived. Okay, the queen has arrived. She's arrived. She's arrived. She's arrived. The rest of you are distraction. So get out of her way. Get out of her way. Because you mean nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. Bye bye. Ciao, everyone.
Let me tell you about a girl I know. She traveled round for a year or so. She saw things, felt things, heard things from people who didn't know how to sing. Oh, they scream from the top of their lungs, shouting out, they wanna know I love someone. People are dying, politics lying, people directing the show. Storms are raging, earthquakes are shaking, everyone's fading out. Love, or kick off your shoes and stay a while. It's alright, we'll be just fine. Oh baby, you and me, or you and I. Lost on lovers, heartbreak recoveries, all at my door. My feet are grounded, but boy, I'm drowning in the ways of how to love. Love, oh, kick off your shoes and stay a while. It's alright, we'll be just fine. Oh baby, you and me. Oh, kick off your shoes and stay a while. It's alright, we'll be just fine. Oh baby, you and me, oh you and I. Lost on lovers, heartbreak recoveries, all at my door. My feet are grounded, but boy, I'm drowning in the ways of how to love.